right, I got a question for you. And this is not just for the people of America. No, this is for all the inhabitants of planet Earth. If aliens were to drop in from another planet and watch how humans were behaving these days, especially online, wouldn't they have to assume that the Earth was some sort of experimental open-air psychiatric facility? Because let's be honest, we are living in a golden age of delusion and dysfunction, not because people are inherently stupid, but because so many of y'all have decided to act that way loudly, proudly, and often in public. I mean, I have spent over 6 decades on this spinning rocket. If there's one thing I have learned, there is a fine line between having a strong opinion and just being a ginormous jackass. This is not a rant about sex, religion, or politics. This is a plea for behavioral sanity, because somewhere along the line, we stopped acting like neighbors and we started acting like combatants. Every disagreement became a war. Every discussion became a takedown, and every ounce of humility got bulldozed by pride. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what it means to be a person of sense and what it means when we choose not to be. So for the aliens not to think that we have gone totally around the bend, my suggestion is this: you need to stop acting like escaped mental patients. Is there a solution to stupidity? Nobody's born stupid, but people act stupid every day. It's not about IQ, it's not about grades, it's about a refusal to think, listen, or learn. Stupidity in this context is willful ignorance. Stupid is not a state of mind, it's a behavior. It's confusing an online video conspiracy rant with actual news. It's proudly rejecting science because some guy with a webcam told a rehashed urban myth about government mind control devices. Adults fistfighting at youth sports events. Airplane passengers going haywire over next to nothing, and they just can't behave themselves for the length of a flight. Calling the police about kids' lemonade stands or people bird watching. Celebrity gossip passed off as the news. People having meltdowns at the drive-thru. Middle-aged adults screaming, and I mean screaming, at school board meetings. Neighbors filming and screaming while they're having shopping cart standoffs. Parents yelling at librarians over picture books. People engaging in idiotic behaviors in order to garner online clout. Refusal to evacuate during a hurricane and then turning around and blaming someone else for it. Engaging in road rage as an adult. Adults screaming at 12-year-olds in parking lots, shouting at town halls over lizard people and microchips. Social media rants in all caps. Viral memes as a substitute for factual news. And let's talk about how absolutely enamored you are with your confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is when you will only believe the things that already agree with what you already believe. Oliver Cromwell once said, "I beseech you, in the bowels of Christ, think it possible that you may be mistaken." But now we double down. We actually take pride in not changing our minds. That's not confidence. That's cowardice. Let go of it. First, facts, then analysis, not the other way around. If your opinion can't survive contact with new information, it was never an opinion. It was a security blanket. Is it just me, or did I wake up one day to find out that mediocre minds had begun to wage a war on thinking? As if all of a sudden, asking a few simple questions about anything had become offensive, or even uncool. Reading had become elitist, something that highbrow academics did to make the people who watch reality TV shows feel bad about themselves. News had been replaced by opinion, and then opinion had been replaced by tribal outrage. We used to teach discernment, and now we reward going viral. For some reason, it somehow became acceptable to give the same weight of consideration to opinion as it did to fact. That's not how reality works. Do not trust every video you see or every post that just somehow feels true. If you cannot tell the difference between facts and feelings, you do not need a platform. Common sense isn't common anymore because it takes work. It's a whole lot easier to be spoon-fed a fixed point of view. It's a whole lot easier to follow a loud voice than to investigate a quiet truth. There's a new weapon available to fight the war on thinking. It's called a brain, and you wear it in your head. Want to start being less gullible? Try listening. Listening without interrupting. Not just waiting for what you want to say next. I don't mean listening to win. I mean deep listening. Listening with no intent to interrupt, correct, or convert. Just hear what someone else has to offer. Use intense eye contact. Watch their mouth move. When you still your mind, when you let go of your need to be right, something opens. It's quiet and it's powerful, but you'll miss it if you're too busy shouting. If you want to start being less gullible, listening might be the most radical thing you can do. Now, let's talk news. Are you confused as to the difference between what is the news and what's not? Well, here's a quick rundown of a few things that are not the news. Celebrity gossip. Social media feeds that are trending now. Angry posts that are in all caps. What your uncle thinks. Some guy yelling, "Wake up," in an online video. A viral meme with 10 exclamation points. And most of all, and I want you to stick with me on this one, conspiracy theories. You know, it's a great time to entertain some conspiracy theories when you're watching old reruns of the X-Files, as I frequently do, or while enjoying any other form of science fiction entertainment. Outside that, I find that there's not any really great time to entertain any conspiracy theory because they have no actual foundation in reality. Now, I'm going to try and save the world here, and in order for me to do that, I am going to need your help. So, again, I have a favor to ask. I need for you to stop acting like escaped mental patients. I need you to understand just how insane you sound. I need you to stop believing in any old nonsense you either hear or see on some rectangular surface. Here's a list of some of the things I need you to stop buying into. All things anti-Semitic. AI surveillance and control plots. The suppression of alternative therapies. Ancient alien astronauts. Any and all anti-science, anti-government, anti-media, anti-academic, anti-vaxxer nonsense where you just do not trust long-trusted institutions. Area 51 in Roswell. Artificial diseases. Demon copters. Cattle mutilations. Chemtrails. Colloidal silver as a cure for anything, crisis actors, critical race theory, cultural Marxism, the deep state, demonic agendas, Elvis faking his own death, fake weather / geoengineering, flat earth theory, fluoridation, Freemasonry, global climate change is a Chinese hoax, Holocaust denial, the Illuminati, anything more about the JFK assassination, lizard people / reptilian elites, men in black, mind control, the U.S. moon landing being faked, something about new Coke, the New World Order, satanic pedophile cabals, a plandemic, RFID microchips implanted in humans through vaccinations and how it might be the mark of the beast whose number is 666. The Rothschild family, Sandy Hook, the sovereign citizen movement, suppression of technology like that car that runs on water, a weaponized DOJ / legal system, white replacement theory, and some sort of a Zionist occupation government or ZOG, or any other made-up online nonsense without any sort of proof whatsoever. I need you to stop. This is paranoia. I only say this because I worked with paranoid schizophrenics. And this is behavior that is bordering on a full-blown psychotic break from reality. And I'm going to give you a simple solution to it all. Get a life, a real, actual life. Put down the latest incarnation of the idiot box, go outside, and try to enjoy the limited time you have remaining here on planet Earth with the people you love and care about. Seek first joy. Next, I need you to stop yelling like you have taken leave of your senses. And I need you to start working harder to be better at actively listening to others who may not share your worldview. Now I realize that I'm fighting an uphill battle here. I realize that 3/4 of the population is either of only average or below average intelligence, leaving only 1/4 of the population to be of above average intelligence. And I know that 30% of the population will never have their worldview altered by the introduction of fact. So I am not targeting everybody, just the ones who are open and willing to listen, and those who are capable of critical thought. Do you want to know what the news really is? It's what's happening in your government at the local, state, national, and international levels. It's about the economy, both locally and globally, from Main Street to Wall Street. It's incredibly boring sometimes. That's what gives you the sense that it might be real. Has all the turmoil got you feeling hopeless? Are you wondering if there's any path to redemption for America? Any path to redemption for the world, the human race? Well, if you're wondering if there's any road that will lead us back to the world of common sense, I believe there may be. What does that involve? How about we try these things on for size? Try some sane acts of loving kindness. Just stop yelling. Just stop yelling. Actively listen to others. Choose deep listening over interruption. Like my mama used to tell me, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice as much as you speak. Eliminate pride. Admit you don't know everything. And think it possible that you might be mistaken. Just let go of that need to be right. So here's my challenge to you. Seek out wisdom instead of noise. Read books that matter as an antidote to ignorance. Try to use critical thinking and discernment, and investigate quiet truths over viral screams. You're not being asked to be perfect, just present, just humble. This world doesn't need any more noise. It needs more wisdom, and you are capable of being wise. Maybe that wisdom can help plant the seeds of peace, love, and understanding, and help bring about a better world for future generations of tomorrow. I hope that you will act like someone who made it through the fire and chose to help others out of the smoke. Know that I love you and that I'm always with you.